Hello there YouTube, my name is Chuggy and I'm here today with Call of Duty Black Ops gameplay. Yes, I know it's Black Ops. I'm here today playing some Capture the Flag on grid, as you can see, and I'm here today to give my 2 pence on Modern Warfare 3. I've had an opportunity to play the game, and I've got my sort of initial impressions all lined up for you today. So the first thing you might be asking is, well, why the heck are you playing Black Ops then? Give me a Black Ops commentary. Well, the reason is I don't actually own the game, and as a result I haven't got any gameplays from it. But what I did find myself, thanks to sort of an event run by the Video Gaming Society at my uni, I did have the opportunity to sit down and play the game. And as it so happened, I mean, it was meant to be a multiplayer tournament, but not PS3 copies appeared. As it turned out, basically, I had the opportunity to have free reign over the only PS3 copy we had. So I played the single player, the co-op, and the multiplayer quite happily. So I got sort of a flavour of everything, and I think I've got a fairly decent impression of what the final product is. So obviously I don't have a copy of the game. Reason being that I've taken, like many other people, a wait-and-see approach. The main reason for that is obviously, first of all, the game, a lot of people have been saying it's very similar. Certainly, like for example, the Metacritic reviews, the scores are like through the floor, 3 out of 10 or so. With most complaints being, well, it's just the same as previous games. It's not improved enough or done enough different, etc. To be fair, those are fair comments. However, I don't think perhaps just based off that it deserves the real score. Anyway. The game itself is more of the same. I think that's the way I'd describe it, and that either depending on the Call of Duty experience is a good thing or a bad thing. Now, as someone who plays a heck of a lot of games, I tend to pride myself on being able to play well. And Call of Duty is one of these unique situations where you can be killed by a player with, not even a tenth of your sort of playing ability, but it be a fair kill. I mean, there's very little recoil to deal with, no bullet drop or anything like that. It's very easy to pick up and play, which is one of Call of Duty's great strengths, to be fair. It has always done that very well. Problem is, though, to accommodate newer players, they had to adapt, like, for example, the standard first-person shooter formula, let's say. Obviously, they've introduced things like perks and the like, which, on the face of it, are a great idea, but the problem is that people often find ways to exploit them. And the biggest problem I had with previous Call of Duty games, and this Modern Warfare 2 was a particularly big culprit of this, was basically it was really easily exploitable. So obviously you got commando lunging, which I think is more of a side effect rather than an actual exploit, but basically being knifed from 10 or so whatever meters away. I might be exaggerating a bit there, but still, it just was rubbish. One-man army pro-piping, across the map, it just did not play well, and I got more frustrated than anything playing Modern Warfare 2. So when I took a look at Modern Warfare 3, I wasn't particularly enthused about getting it. In short. What I will say about the multiplayer, though, is that most of the problems have got, for example, they've outright removed one-man army, which obviously stops one-man army pro-piping. They got rid of commando, all that stuff. But I do see problems. For example, the 360 copies that I saw sort of networked together, there was still the magic bullet stuff, which you get, being shot round corners. The netcode, I still think they're trying to implement a little bit of lag, so everyone has like roughly the same amount of latency, lag. The thing is, though, it's not accurate. You can be hindered more than perhaps you should, not enough. So you get sort of weird spikes of good ping and bad ping. At the core, though, the actual gameplay though is just as good as it ever. So if you're in it for the multiplayer, which let's be honest, most Call of Duty players are, you will have no problem there, which is great. The single player, again, is carrying on the great Modern Warfare sort of story. Obviously, no spoilers, but it was left on quite the cliffhanger of Modern Warfare 2. And yeah, the story of what I played of it, and I've been told that I've got a fair way through it in the time I had it, has been more of the same. Great set pieces. You sort of appreciate the environment you're in. It's very sort of Hollywood-esque in terms of what's going on. But the problem that I had with it is that it was kind of a snowball effect, actually, and it goes back to the sameness thing I've already mentioned. So I was in a level in Africa, and I'll try and do this without spoilers. Basically, I'm going through a favela killing militia. trying to find something. So I'm going through this favela, and I'm kind of like, okay, cool, kill this guy, kill this guy. Oh, look, objective, hooray. As you see one of my dogs doing an endo. Magic dog. You know, it was fine. It progressed through the level, but I kind of went, well, you know, it looks the same. I recognise that building from Warfare 2 in Brazil, in the favela there. You know, favela's a favela, it'd be fairly similar. The thing which made me go and, you know, sort of take notice and go, nah, this is a bit much, is, well, in the same level, there was sort of a firefight going on. I took cover in a building. I reloaded, I sort of took notice of my sort of surroundings, and then I realised I was playing Call of Duty 4. I was on the map Pipeline, in the central building where there's the ladder to get up onto the roof, where the snipers are. And it was at that point I went, this is a joke. I could not believe how blatant it was. It was just literally plonked in, you know, in the environment as just something to be there. And once I saw that, my focus on the gameplay just completely went. I went, you know, purposefully almost searching out for things which had appeared before. And sure enough, there are plenty of things, both in the single player and the multiplayer. I mean, for example, one of the multiplayer maps features a downed helicopter in a town square. And the first thing which came to mind was, oh, well, this is Crash from Call of Duty 4. And then I realised when I actually got up to the helicopter that, heck, hold on, this is the Black Hawk from Call of Duty 4 as well. The mission where you're with the SAS guys trying to get down, well, protect the hill, then get down the hill for extraction. And I just went, am I focusing more on what I've seen before or the gameplay? And that's the exact moment when I realised that, you know, okay, it might be a great game, but I'm not focusing on the gameplay. And fundamentally, that, you know, stopped me enjoying the game, because I was just getting more annoyed at how, you know, samey everything was. I mean, I'm using this word again, I know, but still, I was focusing more on that than anything else. So to be honest, my impressions of the game are, you know, it's a fine game, there's nothing wrong with it, but expect to see a lot of the same old stuff, for better and for worse. But what I will say is this, at least it's a step towards the right direction. You know, I've seen, you know, attempts to try and improve things as well. To be honest, would I buy the game? No. From what I've experienced of it, I'm not particularly interested. Should you? Well, it depends how much you like Modern Warfare 2, I guess. If you loved it, I don't know why you're really listening to this. You should have got it already. But if you're at all reserved, I'd say wait for a price drop. You might be, even then, still a little surprised at how much of the content you'll have seen before. So with that, that's my impressions. It's a good game. It's not worth the, you know, the scores that are currently out there are frankly harsh. But, to be honest, would I buy it? I don't think so. So that's my thoughts. Please do leave a comment if you agree or disagree. I'd love to get like a little discussion going on about it, and just get a general sort of reasonable view of the game. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button on the screen now, and if you like the video, please give it a rating. Until then, guys, I've been Chuggy. I'll see you out on the battlefield.